Ever wanted to be that person who can just make anyone laugh? Well, in this explainer, we're going to unlock the secrets to using humor in a way that really works. We'll show you how to make your communication more dynamic, way more memorable, and honestly, just a lot more fun.
Okay, let's be real. We have all been there. You tell a joke, you're expecting this big laugh, and instead, you get crickets. It's that awful, awkward silence that just makes you want to find the nearest hole and crawl right into it. But what if I told you there's actually a science to being funny?
Here's the secret. Being funny isn't some kind of magic. It's a skill. And, like any skill, it's something you can learn. Today, we're arming you with 4 simple but really powerful techniques you can start using right away to get people laughing.
First up is an absolute comedy classic, the art of dramatic exaggeration, also known as hyperbole. Think of this as your official license to take a simple idea and just blow it up to epic, epic proportions.
So the idea here is simple but totally brilliant. You take a small everyday annoyance, something tiny, and you describe it like it's a world-ending catastrophe. The humor comes from that huge, unexpected gap between the reality of the problem and the absurdity of your description.
I mean, just look at the difference here. The school cafeteria is crowded. That's a fact. It's kind of boring. But navigating the cafeteria requires the tactical precision of a Navy SEAL. Now that paints a picture. It's vivid, it's funny, and it's so much more memorable. That's the power of hyperbole right there.
This is a perfect example of taking a feeling we all know, being totally buried in homework, and just launching it into the stratosphere. Comparing a heavy backpack to a black hole, it's such an absurd, ridiculous leap that it's instantly funny. It's that unexpected connection that really makes the joke land. All right, ready for the next tool? This one is a secret weapon that comedians have used for, centuries, and it plays on how our brains are just wired to see patterns. It's called the Rule of 3.
So here's how it works. You create a list of 3 things. The first 2 set up a nice little pattern, leading your audience to expect a certain kind of outcome. Then the third item comes in and completely shatters that pattern with a surprising twist. That unexpected break, that's where the magic happens.
Let's see this in action. What do you need to succeed in a really demanding program? Okay, discipline, that makes sense. A love for learning, absolutely. And then, bam, a coffee IV drip. See? The third item just shatters that serious tone and reveals a funny, super relatable truth about student life.
This is another perfect example. The first 2 items are totally standard procedure for college applications. But the third one? It escalates the whole situation into something completely ridiculous, and it highlights the crazy high stakes of the process in a really humorous way.
Okay, our third technique is all about connection, and it's one of the most powerful tools in your entire arsenal. Poking fun at yourself. This is where self-deprecation and irony really come into play. This technique is so incredibly powerful because it shows you don't take yourself too seriously. By poking a little fun at yourself first, you kind of disarm your audience, and it makes them way more receptive to whatever point you're about to make.
This is just a fantastic example. The speaker admits to this hilarious tech fail. I mean, who tries to pair a toaster, which instantly makes them relatable? By showing they're not perfect, they earn the audience's trust to talk about a serious topic like AI without sounding like they're preaching from on high.
So what's the big takeaway here? Self-deprecation isn't just about getting a laugh. It's a powerful strategy for building a real connection. It shows you're humble, it makes you more relatable, and it turns what could be a lecture into a real conversation. All right, our final tool is for all the wordsmiths out there. It's clever, sometimes it makes you groan, but it's always, always memorable. I'm talking, of course, about the pun.
The art of the pun really just lies in finding words that are leading a double life. Words with 2 or more meanings. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find these words and build your joke around that clever little duality. And here we have a perfect, simple example. A broken pencil literally has no point, right? But the work is also pointless in the sense that it's futile. It's a classic groaner, for sure, but it works because of that clever double meaning. And this shows how a pun can be used for more than just a cheap laugh. In a serious context, it can actually make your message hit harder. Here, wasting works on 2 levels. We're creating physical waste, and we're also wasting away our future. It's clever, and it really makes the point stick. So let's do a quick recap. We've just added 4 incredibly effective tools to your communication toolkit. We've got hyperbole, to exaggerate for comic effect, the Rule of 3,
to surprise your audience, self-deprecation to connect with a little humility, and puns to show off your linguistic flair.
You now have a framework for crafting humor on purpose. So, the next time you're writing an email, giving a presentation, or just telling a story, try one of these out. Remember, the goal isn't just to get a laugh, it's to make your message stick. So, what are you waiting for?